Hi, I'm Sandy, and welcome to Life with Sandy. Well, good morning. Today is Friday, April 29th. Only one more day left in this month. And we are on our way to the thyroid doctor today, Dr. Hamoudi. But we have a birthday. Today's Linda Barker's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linda. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Did I say that right? I'm going to check because I want to make sure I got your name right because you know what? I have been known to mess up. Let me check just a minute. Did I say Barker? Linda Barker? I know they got the Linda right, so the birthday song was right as far as the Linda. Welcome to my world. This is my life. We're going to go and see how my results are. I have done my scan for my thyroid already. I already did my blood work last week. Jim and I, when I get back, are going to start returning some extra stuff that we didn't need. We are going to go with the shower or the handicap bars from the shower place. We're getting our shower doors from Fortune Shower Doors in Sterling Heights, if anybody's in the area. We got our countertop from Regal Stone in New Baltimore. And John is at Dynasty Tile that did our shower. So there you go. Those are the three things so far. And that's it so far. Jim's going to do the painting. We're going to get our paint at Lowe's. I know Lowe's of all places because we do like their paint. So we will get their paint there. It's not like I'm never going to shop at Lowe's again. I'm just never going to buy a major appliance. David did get down on the floor and took a picture of the little tag for me. So I have that in my notes. I haven't written it onto the receipt yet, but I'm going to write it onto the receipt. Because we just got busy with our party yesterday. It was so nice. It was so much fun picking on Denise, because that's who we are in my family. Because I have like a gazillion million candles. And she tossed the two to me. Who's to think? I mean, it wasn't that big of a toss. It wasn't like she threw it or like a javelin or anything like that. She just kind of tossed it, and it broke. And so then I was going to take a match and melt it together, and everybody, oh, you're going to burn yourself in that. So then Jimmy was come up with a bright idea. He was going to put a toothpick in it, and he broke it into 3 pieces then. But it's like a birthday that David will remember. They did go to the bar the day before, and he did have a few too many. Trying to test out which drinks he liked. But he was a champion. He went to work the next day, although Jimmy said he did hit a wall, but he did go to work. That's the thing. You got to still go to work. You can have a good time, but you still got to go to work. But I just thought I'd ramble today. How's that sound? We'll just ramble about whatever comes into my mind, because this is about a 20-minute drive, I guess, to get there. It's not warm enough not to have a coat, but in the car it's warm enough without a coat. I brought a coat just in case, in case you break down. You never know. I want to have a coat. But it's going to be in the 50s today. Next week it's supposed to be in the 60s, so that's nice. And we were talking last night at dinner about doing a family lottery that we just put in, like, we just do once a week, but we put in $20 for the month. So it'd be like $5 a week that each family would put in. It's just easier that way. And then kind of hurt me a little bit because Samantha said, well, I don't know if I can get in it because I'm not family. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, you don't have to be married to be in my family. I've got so many people in my family that aren't really blood related, and they're my family forever and ever. And then we even asked Vince, her dad, to be in it. So, the more the merrier. And then when we win big, if we ever win, I've only won a lottery ticket one time, and it was because I went in way back in the day when you had to have money for a payphone. That'll show you how long ago that was. I went in to get some change for the phone, and the guy wouldn't give it to me unless I bought something. So I bought a $1 lottery ticket and then asked for my change. I gave him a $5 bill and asked for $1 and change. And I ended up, I won $50. Oh, I take that back. I won twice. Because one time, Mary and I we walked up to Chatham's, which was quite a walk from where we lived, because the car had broke down. And Mary walked with me. And we were carrying our groceries back, and I had bought a lottery ticket, and I scratched it off, and then I didn't win, and I just threw it in the bag. Well, Mary's always one that's going to recheck it, and she rechecked it, and it was a $50 winner. I almost threw a winner chicken dinner away, $50. So I split it with Mary. I gave her 25, and I kept 25. Because Mary could have really just kept the whole ticket and just pretended like she was throwing it away, and then, oh, look at, I got a winning lottery ticket, But that's not how we roll in my family. And then just Mary was very reluctant about letting Christy pick her up, because it's a little bit out of her way for Christy to pick her up. If we would have thought, we should have had Danny pick her up, because Danny lives closer to her than Christy does. But she's, very independent, and she said, no, I want to drive myself. I'll be fine. I says, you are not driving yourself. And then Christy called her and says, you are not driving yourself. Aaron and I are picking you up. So they picked her up. She's still looking rough. She still looked tired. So we had our dinner. We sang for the cake. They opened up their cards. They don't get gifts. They just open up their cards. And then we did the dishes and that. We were just having fun and that. And I heard her whisper to Christy. And then Christy said, yeah, I'm ready to go. So Mary says, I am so tired. She says, I just can't even move. And I said, so aren't you glad we had Christy drive you? And she said, yes, because I would have been afraid to drive home. That's just not Mary. That's just not Mary. So your continued prayers are always appreciated. I really do appreciate them. And then what else is there to talk about? I can just ramble on about nothing, but then when I think I got to ramble, then I can't ramble. I'm going to look for Samantha wants the one clock that I have on my wall when I die. Some of my stuff I kind of want to just give away now, because I'd like to see the joy that they're getting. I'm not going to get any joy out of what they get. I mean, I know they're taking it as a remembrance of me, but why can't they remember me now? I don't understand. It's just, And then Jim and I had to have a long discussion, because we have a china cabinet that Jim's mother bought us, or Jim's parents, I should say, bought us for our first anniversary in 1972. They bought us a china cabinet, a buffet, and the table and the chairs and the whole bit. For the longest time, the boys, Danny and Jimmy, just used the buffet when we moved to our house, because it didn't have a dining room. It had like a living room, dining room combination, but there was no room for the whole set of the dining room furniture. So they used it as a dresser, so it got kind of beat up. So that went to the wayside. And then, the chairs just kind of broke and the table. But the china cabinet, for some reason, stayed in really good condition. And so then Jimmy kept it Jimmy got it in a draw, raffle or whatever, when him and Cindy were married. And he brought it to their house that they lived in Casco. And then when they got divorced, the place where Jimmy had moved to didn't have room for the china cabinet, so he put it down in the basement. And so it's been in the basement now, 12 years maybe? 10 years? Probably 10 years. 10 or 11 years. It doesn't really matter. But it's kind of like, and we say in our family, an antique. Because when we got it in the 72, it was actually a china furniture that was built in the 30s. So it's so hard to even say this out loud, but it's almost 100 years old. It's like, who'd have thunk? But anyway, so then Jimmy was making plans of when he was going to pick up, like saying that when he picks up all of his stuff from the basement that he's going to take the china cabinet. Well, Jim was cleaning out when he moved. There's 2 rooms in the basement, and he moved from one room to another room for his gun room because we wanted to make the other room, which was nicer, into like a little guest bedroom for when my family comes from out of town. Because it's really nice. It's right off the bathroom. It's carpeted. It's got a ceiling in it. It's just a really nice little room. It doesn't have a window though. It's the only bad thing. But anyway, it's a nice little room. And so I suggested he moved into the room right outside the bottom of the basement steps. It kind of connects to the furnace room and all that. But I mean, he's just down there playing around with his stuff. So he said anyway he'd go down there. So when he was switching it, he found a whole bunch of glasses and memorabilia from the space missions that his Aunt Caroline had given him. And so he wanted to move the china cabinet and display his glasses and stuff. So he told Jimmy he couldn't have the china cabinet just now. Jimmy said okay. He took it okay. But then I told Jim, I said, you're going to display glasses down the basement where nobody goes. That's ridiculous. So we have a curio cabinet in the corner that was his mother's that we got after she passed, that I just have like my little knickknacks in. I said, I can make room in there for you. I mean, it's got like, I think it's got 5 shelves. I said, I can give you 2 shelves. I'm going to keep 3 for me. I'll give you 2 shelves and you can display your glasses. You can even have the top 2 shelves. And he says, well, I have way more than that. It would take all 5 shelves. Well, I'm not giving up all 5 shelves. So I said, well, I'll give you 3 shelves and I'll keep 2. And he says, no, that's okay. That, like the martyr he is. He can just take the china cabinet. I said, well, Jim, it's kind of silly just for you to display glasses that, you're going to eventually give to them anyhow. We're never going to use. And you're going to display them in the basement where nobody can see them. And let's just let Jimmy have the china cabinet when he moves his stuff. Okay. It just seems silly to me. I just don't see the point. I really don't. And we have enough furniture in our house right now that, like I can't even buy like a bigger curio cabinet or anything like that. I just don't have any room to put any more furniture. I'm just kind of packed in there as it is. I am not a minimalist. I am not. But, so, anyway. And then I was kind of proud. All right, okay, I'm going to let you go because you're going to move up here and try to go ahead of me. You're a truck. You have the right of way. Anyway, I thought the lane ended there the way he was speeding up because they're doing some repairs here. Well, I'm not giving you away. I know, I'm an aggressive driver at times. This is why people don't like driving with me. But anyway, Jim, you could just look at Jimmy and see how tired Jimmy is. And Jim says, well, after dinner I have a couple projects for you. And Jimmy never, repeat that, never, no matter how tired he is, tells his dad no. He always does it. And so then he said, no. Bursting with pride. I was so proud of him because it's like, you have to know your limits. He took the day off. He just knew that he was tired and he came for the birthday. Well, obviously it was his son's birthday. He couldn't pass that up. But it just, and Jim just kind of looked and I says, Jim, look at him. Look how tired he is. He needs to just rest. And he says, yeah, I guess you're right. He says, we can get it another day. All he wanted him to do was help him we bought a new cover for our gazebo. And so he was asking him to put a new cover on the gazebo, which is going to be a project in itself. And it's not like something like you just put it on, like, drape it over the top and then you're there. It's going to be a project. So I told him no. I loved it. And then he told everybody that when it's his birthday in October, he doesn't want any cards because it's a waste of money. I said, Jimmy, I only go to the dollar store. I pay 50 cents. He says, it's 50 cents more than you need to spend. And well, guess what? You're still getting a card. I can spend 50 cents if I want to. And let's see, what else can we talk about? Sebastian's baseball games are starting up pretty soon. And I was trying to figure out a way to fit that in. His birthday is May 9th, so we were going to do it next Thursday. But Jamie, who is Samantha's daughter, is graduating from nursing school, or pharmacy school. Where's the Jessie? check. I think it's Jamie. I do think it's Jamie. I'm almost positive it's Jamie. But anyway, they're going. I can't go to the graduation because of COVID, it's restrictions. But we're going to go out to dinner to celebrate. So I said, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm almost positive it's Jamie. I know they're both going to school, but I think Jesse's going farther, like for another degree or whatever. But because Samantha has two daughters, Jamie and Jessie, and then David and Alyssa belong to Jimmy. Okay. Well, give me a subject. What can we talk about? This bathroom's just taking longer than I really anticipated that it would. Just want to be done with it. We tried the paint that Denise gave us. We painted it on one of the doors on the vanity. And Jim come out and he says, I don't like it, it's too blue. So I said, no, give me a minute, I'll go and look at it. Then I went in and looked at it, and it must have painted on wet blue because it dried. It was the perfect color gray. And I went in there, I come back out and I go, that's exactly the color I wanted. He said, well, I got to look at that. And he went in there and he says, well, it come out blue when I did it. And he says, I like this color too. So that's the color we're going to go. And then originally I was going to go with a really dark wall, but now I think I'm going to go with a light wall that'll just lighten up the whole bathroom. I don't know. You probably won't see the big shower reveal until when? The end of May, because isn't that sad? We started this in March. It's going to be the end of May before we're completely finished. But it'll be so nice once it's done. I don't know that I have anything else to talk about. Is that hard to believe? The reason I didn't eat breakfast and lunch yesterday, I know I told you on my video I didn't eat breakfast and lunch. I did have a hard-boiled egg because while I was peeling the eggs for the potato salad, I put eggs in my potato salad, my macaroni salad, and then I make deviled eggs. But as I was peeling one egg, it kind of fell apart. And I know I could have put it in the potato salad or the macaroni salad. But I was doing the deviled eggs at that point. And so I just decided to eat it. So I ate that, and I had a banana. But then I am one of these people that when I'm making anything, I'm a taster. So like when I was making the dressing for the potato salad and the macaroni salad, I had to taste it, And then once I got the potato salad together, I took like just a teaspoon to taste it. And same with the macaroni salad. So it's not so much that I didn't eat until dinner because I did a lot of tasting. Like when I make my beans, which my beans are not, let me really stress, my baked beans are not Weight Watcher friendly. They're a recipe I got from my brother Pat's wife, Diane. You take a big can, one of the biggest cans of the Bush's baked beans, and you put that in there, and then you put probably one of the small bottles of ketchup, and you put the ketchup in that, and then you mix that all up. And then you chop up some onions and put some onions in there. Sometimes I just get the frozen onions, but most times I just use fresh onions. And then probably, I would say it's like a half to 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. And then probably a 1/4 cup of molasses. And then you put 4 strips of bacon over the top of it. And then you bake it at 300 degrees for about 2.5 hours. Very, very sweet baked bean, but it's very good. I only had a little bit. I think I probably had about a 1/4 cup of it. And then like my potato salad, it's just potatoes and eggs and pickles and celery and onions. And my sauce that I make, which is Miracle Whip. I just don't like mayonnaise in it, but I use Miracle Whip, mustard, some milk, some sugar, and some pickle juice. And then you just mix it until you get to the right consistency. Some days I like a sweeter potato salad, and sometimes I like a little bit more sour potato salad. Not sour, but kind of like a tangy taste to it. So I made that. And then my macaroni salad is just the macaroni with some celery and pickles and eggs. And then my coleslaw, I just buy the bag coleslaw. I don't go through all the trouble of making the coleslaw. And then I use Marzetti's thaw dressing. And then we had chips and dips because the kids like chips and dip. So we had that. And then I almost ate a hot dog. I like the cheddar brats, and that's what I was going to have, which was 9 points, and then 4 points for the bun. So that was 13 points just for that. But I went over my 21 points. I guess you're not going to go. I was going to let you go, and you didn't want to go. So there you go. Anyway, so I had that. But anyway, I put the bun, what was a hot dog? I put a hot dog on the bun, and I put some mustard on it, and I kept looking at it, and I'm thinking, this looks like a hot dog. This just so looks like a hot dog. And before I even took a bite, Mary says, "You're having a hot dog?" And I says, "I knew it was a hot dog." And then everybody says, "You shouldn't have said anything. We could have seen her eat a hot dog." But Mary had a brats on her plate, so we switched the things. And then I took orders for everybody, so that, because usually I make too much meat and we end up putting in the refrigerator, and then it's kind of like that joke, like we never throw leftovers away. We just put them in a Tupperware box or Tupperware container, and then we throw them away after a week or two. But so I went around and asking everybody what they wanted, and for them, as far as the meat goes and stuff. And as soon as we went to eat, I realized that I never figured in Jim and I, like we weren't going to eat. So people that had asked for like 2 burgers or 2 hot dogs or something didn't get it. Oh my Lord. I know. I am not the best driver in the world, but I by far am not the worst, I think. So that was our dinner. It was and then I didn't have any cake. And, the brownies look so tempting. The brownies came out perfectly. I used the convection thing of my oven, and I think that made the difference because everything turned out so well. Can anybody answer me? When the light is red, the traffic moves, but when the light is green, nobody moves. This I do not understand. Well, I know, it got quiet there for a minute. I want to come over, but you seem to think you're supposed to go before me. There we go. No, okay. I was thinking I'm turning too soon, but no, this is the right way. Well, I'm not going to show you what I'm eating today. When I get home, I am going to have some egg and a bagel with some peanut butter on it, and probably some blackberries today. I know I've been still eating my berries, but I think I've cut way back on my berries. I was going too crazy with all my berries. It's going to be too late to eat a lunch, and then for dinner I'm going to have my tuna wrap we had some tomatoes left over from yesterday, and I have a half of a cucumber in there, and I think I got a couple mushrooms that I'm going to have. I'm going to eat that. And then tomorrow we're going to Jimmy's house. Oh, I forgot we're going to Lowe's and all that today. But this video is going to be too long, so I'm not going to show you that. So I am still got another 10 minutes before I get to my appointment, but I want to let you know how my appointment went, and I don't want to make this video too long. So at this point, I'm going to say goodbye for now. And if I think of anything else, we'll come back to it. How's that sound? Well, good news, somewhat. Yeah, good news. Sorry, good. Yeah, good news, somewhat news. How's that sound? I don't know how to put this. All of my blood work came back good. There's nothing wrong with my thyroid. My parathyroid has grown a lot. I guess an inch, which is a lot, I guess. But he said it could be a matter of how the first technician and the second technician read it, as far as the ultrasound, not the ultrasound, the ultrasound went. So what I have to do is I have to go and have a biopsy done of the parathyroid, which he said he's 99% sure is just fluid and that they'll just drain it. But just for that 1% chance, he wants to take precautions in that. So I'm going to go and do a biopsy. Then I got to wait 4 days. He said I don't have to come back. I can call him. Oh, look kind of disgruntled here. Rumpled mess. He said I could just call him and he'll talk to me on the phone. And then in 6 months, I have to go back and do some more blood work. And he gave me prescriptions for those. So I've taken it as fairly good news. He was very confident that the parathyroid is just either a misreading of the ultrasound by the technicians, or there might be a little bit of fluid in it. So we're going to go from there. But this is a rambling long video. I did notice that my microphone fell off at some point, and thankfully I did check to see that my audio did, because I thought I am not recording all of that again, because I was a babbling brook. So this is just kind of a rambling video. I'm going to go home and have my breakfast. Like I told you, I'm going to have a half of a bagel with some peanut butter and some berries, probably blackberries, and a cup of tea. Then Jim and I are going to do some running around. I'm going to have a banana. I haven't had a banana in a couple of days, so I'm going to have a banana also. And then we're going to do some running around. And then for dinner, I'm going to have the tuna fish sandwich with the tomato and cucumbers and maybe those couple mushrooms I have left. Maybe a pudding for dessert. That's it. So, but if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.